We're going to see the Pectine Line and the area around this. This is the difference between internal external hemorrhoids and the carcinoma of the anal region. We have adenocarcinoma and squamous cell carcinoma. So here we have the Pectine Line. This would be above, this is below. We have arteries, veins, lymphatic drainage, and innervation. So for whatever it is above the Pectine Line, the arterial supply comes from the superior rectal artery. This is a branch of the inferior mesenteric artery. Below the Pectine Line, the arterial supply comes from the middle and inferior rectal arteries that are branches of the pudendal artery, which in turn is a branch of the internal iliac artery, and then is a branch of the common iliac artery, etc. So the vein drainage, we have the superior rectal vein drains to the inferior mesenteric vein, that drains to the splenic vein, then to the portal vein. And from here the suprahepatic veins and then the inferior vena cava. Here the venous drainage begins in the inferior and middle rectal veins, drains to the pudendal vein, then the internal iliac vein, common iliac vein, and inferior cava vein. The lymphatics, what is above the Pectine Line, everything that is between the Pectine Line and is around the rectum is innervated by the internal iliac lymph nodes. The drainage is by these internal iliac lymph nodes, and the drainage from below the Pectine Line is due to the inguinal lymphatics. And the innervation, here we have visceral sensation. This includes autonomic nervous system sensation, and here we have somatic sensation by the pudendal nerve. So whatever is here, because this is visceral innervation, this is painless, and this is painful. Whatever happens below the Pectine Line is painful. So above Pectine Line we can have internal hemorrhoids and adenocarcinoma of the anus, and below the Pectine Line we have the external hemorrhoids, the squamous cell carcinoma of the anus, and the anal fissures that occurs most commonly on the posterior midline of the anal verge, because the posterior wall is less perfused than the anterior wall. So we have above Pectine Line, it is the superior rectal artery, that is a branch of the inferior mesenteric artery. We have the superior rectal vein, inferior mesenteric vein, splenic vein, portal vein. And the innervation is visceral innervation, and the lymphatic drainage is due to the internal iliac lymphatics. Below Pectine Line, we have the middle and inferior rectal arteries that are branches of the pudendal artery. In turn is a branch of the internal iliac artery. Then we have the inferior and middle rectal veins that drain to the pudendal vein, then the internal iliac vein, common iliac vein, inferior vena cava, somatic innervation by the pudendal nerve, and the lymphatic drainage is to the inguinal lymph nodes.